Hello and welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. Today I am thrilled to bring you a very special episode.
There's no hope with dope!
No, it's not about the dangers of using steroids to make it onto the high school basketball team. This special episode is to celebrate smashing yet another mammoth milestone. This time we have made it to 19,000 subscribers, which is absolutely phenomenal. Back at the beginning of 2024, I made one of these videos to celebrate reaching 16,000 subscribers, and it's so exciting that since then we have had another 3,000 subscribers join us. It really means a lot to me to get that kind of support, and it's starting to feel like my tentative goal of reaching 20,000 subscribers by Christmas is not only achievable, but surpassable. I know I always say this in these videos, but it's always true. Thank you so much. None of this would be possible without your support, so thank you to everyone who watches, likes, subscribes, comments or shares. I love doing this and I love reading all your comments and opinions. Also, I want to add a special thank you to all of the members of the Always Bored Never Boring fan club and the fantastic companies that have worked with me on various collaborations, including Archon Studio, Avalon Hill, Steamforged Games, Boss Dog Games, plus the companies that are waiting patiently for me to get to their games in the content queue. I have never been so busy and I love it. But of course I don't want to stop now. I want to keep growing the channel. So please, all of you, continue doing what you're doing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And also, make sure your channel notifications are set to all so you don't miss any new content. Oh, and one more thing, if you are already subscribed, please double check your subscription is still active. I hear that sometimes YouTube will automatically unsubscribe viewers.
And now for something completely different.
Generally, when we hit one of these milestones, I treat myself to a little reward of some kind. This time I grabbed a copy of a classic retro action game, Dragster, from MB Games. This was originally called Dragstrip and dates back to the 60s, but this particular edition is from 1982. I saw it recently in an online auction and I just had to have it for old time's sake, as this is another game I had growing up. I guess it must have been my older brother's originally, but was eventually passed on to me when he outgrew it. I have to say, I look back now on my childhood and I am struck by just how many board games I had access to. I really was very lucky. Anyway, this copy set me back all of £5 plus shipping, which I was happy to pay for the nostalgia. I have to admit though, it's probably not worth much more than that. It's a 5-minute 2-player filler game requiring just a small amount of dexterity skills and no tactical thought. And you can probably figure out how to play it just by looking at it. I suppose you could see it as a derivative or variant of Bagatelle. The board is split into opposing play areas, comprising 4 lanes where you line up your Dragster cars, and a shooting lane with a rubber trigger at the bottom. Both players simultaneously place a marble in the shooting lane, and then use the trigger to launch it into the play area. The ball will funnel into one of the 4 racing lanes, pushing a car into the end zone. Repeat this as quickly as you can. First player to get all 4 cars home wins. And that is it. It's pretty fun and frantic for a few minutes. When both players have just 1 car left to get home and they are shooting as quickly as possible, it does generate a bit of tension. Plus the Dragsters are really cute and it's a neat concept. But it outstays its welcome phenomenally quickly, as you would expect. It's not really a game I can recommend. I really wanted it more for the nostalgia than the gameplay. But it has been a big hit with my 6-year-old, who usually beats me with ease. For me, it's almost like an executive desk toy. I leave it on the side, and if I'm ever thinking how to compose the next part of a script, or taking a moment away from the screen, I will just flick the trigger a few times to see if I can get all 4 cars down. In that regard, it certainly works as a solo experience, although not a particularly engaging one. I think there are other ways you could use this though, determining a first player for your main game for example, or settling arguments with your significant other over who is going to cook dinner. It is, ultimately, a mildly entertaining diversion, which I realise now is an amusing way to describe a game about cars racing in straight lines. And I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you once again for all of your support. If you like the video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really like the video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone, bye bye.